You were drawn to card 15, Galactic Vibration. This card says direct channel. We were talking a lot about channeling in reading 1. If you did feel drawn to that reading, you might want to check it out, because that is something that's a similarity that I'm seeing already. I'm feeling like many of you that were drawn to this group have experienced a sudden or intense spiritual awakening. If you have not experienced that yet, I feel like this is energy that you felt sort of building toward an awakening like this. It kind of feels abrupt. It feels like it might have abruptly happened, or that you have this sense that something will abruptly happen or change. It certainly feels intense to me, no matter how or when this happens. Already seeing that there is a lot of purpose behind your spiritual gifts. And even if you haven't been able to clearly define these gifts yet, or if you weren't able to define them for a very long time, I feel like many of you have always had this sense of being different, of being gifted, of having this purpose that maybe at times felt elusive to you, is how it's coming across, like something that you couldn't quite get a hold of. You couldn't maybe put a name to it, or you didn't know how to describe it. You didn't know anyone who shared these gifts. It could be something like that, but it just feels like you've always had this sense. Like you've always known this. Like you maybe even felt like you were more connected to your spiritual gifts and abilities when you were a child, when things were just like a little more simple, or when you just felt like you were more connected to higher realms. That's how it's coming through. Yeah. It could have felt like mysterious to you. Almost like you weren't able to put the pieces of your own puzzle together for some time, or you might still be in the process of assembling that puzzle. I believe that many of you were drawn to this pile because you are light workers. I'm getting heavy light worker vibes from this group. That's kind of a general term, but that would mean any kind of purpose related to spreading light, being a conduit of healing energy, being kind of a beacon of hope and joy in the world. This is a huge purpose. This is a huge, huge purpose for you. So I feel like, especially because if this has felt like it's vague to you, this could be the reason, because that term light worker can encompass a lot of different forms of energy work, energy healing, and purpose here on this earth. But I feel like this is kind of where you're fitting in. You're fitting into this really, really high purpose, very important. There's a very important reason that you have come here, and a very important reason that you have been given the spiritual gifts that you have been given. So I hope to be able to uncover more about how you can use those practically, but I am feeling there's a lot of weight to the gifts that you've been given. What I love about this is that this can be accomplished, like this idea of spreading light can be accomplished through everything that you do, through every action that you take. So I feel like I'm thinking of like the Midas touch here. Like the literal song, the Midas touch, is playing in my head right now. So I feel like instead of saying everything you touch turns to gold, it's like everything you touch turns to light. Many of you are healers, and this is a main reason that you've been given the gifts that you have been given. You were meant to use your spiritual gifts to heal. I'm hearing that your spiritual gifts are first meant to heal you. And through you, the light and that healing energy spreads outward. Healer, heal thyself is coming to me right now. So I feel like a lot of you may have gone through a journey of healing, either physically, mentally, emotionally, and a lot of these lessons that you've learned and wounds that you've healed are actually helping you to heal others and to spread that message, to spread that healing energy. That's really beautiful. That gives any kind of challenges, any kind of bumps in the road, or you could have felt like your whole experience has been quite bumpy, but it gives all of that a lot of meaning when you know that those challenges or the things that have seemingly gone wrong for you are going to end up being your message or have already become your message, and they contribute to that light that you're spreading. There's a lot that's coming through. This feels, like I was saying, it just feels so meaningful. I just feel like you guys, your purpose is very, very meaningful. Okay, your guides are taking a whole different route, and I feel like I had other things to say along that line, so maybe we will circle back to where we were about you using your spiritual gifts to heal, and using maybe even some of the challenges that you've been through as a way to spread light. We are now focusing on your artistic talents. So your guides are pointing out that a lot of you have many artistic talents, that you might have eclectic taste or varied interests. And okay, I see. Sorry, sometimes the message doesn't make any sense to me, and I'm just saying things. I'm like, where are we going with this? I understand what your guides are saying. Your guides are actually talking about your ability to spread that light outward, and they're saying that because you are such an artistic soul, such an eclectic soul, because you will be found in many different areas, participating in many different things. And this could be because this is a general reading, so we're talking about the collective, but we're talking about your opportunity to spread the light. And your guides are saying you have a lot of opportunity to spread light because you have so many different things that you're good at, things that you're interested in. Different types of people will be drawn to you, and basically that this is a beautiful part of your mission and your journey here, and a beautiful part of you having so many different interests and being so good at so many different things, because the world needs that light in all areas. In every nook and cranny of the world, we need that light that you have to spread. So this is really talking about you being able to know that you're able to spread this light and to heal, even if that healing is indirect. Some of you may be an energy healer. You may have been drawn to energy healing. You may be drawn to the medical field, or some sort of alternative medicine, some type of herbal medicine or something like that. So healing may take the form of that nutrition, food. I'm hearing for some of you. Healing may take that form for some of you, but for others of you, it won't be a direct form of healing. Like, let's use an example. You could maybe bag groceries at a grocery store, or you could work at a restaurant. All these food references, you guys. I must be hungry, or you're hungry. Somebody's hungry. But any work that you do, or any time that you spend in like any area, like anything you like to participate in, it doesn't even have to be your work. These are all opportunities for you to touch people and to heal people on an energetic level, even in everyday circumstances. Like, just, you're just at the grocery store, you have the ability to spread that light and to heal. And you may notice that you do kind of like lift people's spirits everywhere that you go. Even if it's just a short interaction, you will leave an impression. You will leave a drop of light, if that makes any sense at all. That's how your guides want me to say it. You leave a drop of light everywhere you go. Yeah. This is highly valuable. Like, I just want you to understand that that's highly valuable, because sometimes people aren't seeking out healing. They don't know that they need to be healed. They might not even believe that they can be. So it's light workers and energy workers like you that do such a service for everyone, because everywhere you go, you're able to provide that healing. You're able to spread a message. You're able to spread joy everywhere you go, even for those that weren't seeking any sort of healing. So this is really powerful. This is very beautiful. This is why you've been given the gifts that you're given. No matter what it is, you might have a number of gifts, but what I'm seeing is a main purpose behind whatever gifts you've been given is to be able to heal and to spread that light in everyday circumstances all the time. Your connection with spirit is very tapped in. Very, very tapped in. the term earth angel keeps coming to mind, and I think that for some of you, you're like some sort of spirit guide in the flesh. So you might feel like you've been sent here to heal and to guide in some way. I feel like many of you have sensed your purpose, even if you haven't been able to name it or define it. We were kind of talking about this in the beginning of the reading, but this is just coming through so strong that you've always known this about yourself. Yeah, there's this energy though, like there's this energy with you guys that I can't get away from. I'm so sorry to be spending so much time on this one card. I'm sorry, you guys, but let me just get this message out and we will continue on with the reading. This is because you're so tapped in. There's a lot of messages coming through for you guys. So I can't get away from this energy. This must be relevant to most of you because it's coming through so strong. We're focusing a lot on the light here with you, and I feel like the main one of the main purposes of your gifts and your main calling is to be the light and to light the path. But I'm also hearing that you've experienced darkness in your life. For some of you, a lot of darkness, and it's like these experiences have allowed you to truly know the light, to truly recognize the light, and to choose to live in the light because you've come through the darkness. This is what makes you such a powerful teacher and a guide, because you've experienced the shadows, you've kind of cultivated this sense of stability within yourself, and through the lessons that you've learned and the hardships that you've faced, you're able to be that light for someone else. So yes, we will move on from this, but I just really want to let you know that this doesn't mean that everything is light and bright and happy and has always been that way for you, but you are able to provide a sense of that kind of energy, that light, bright, happy energy, and to help other people tap into the divine, potentially even through the hardships that they've come through, because you know them. And this could be that you want to help people in a particular area that you've experienced. You may have experienced a particular form of abuse. You may have experienced a particular challenge with your health, something like that. And you can help people directly with that. So let's look at your next oracle card. So sorry, you guys. Wow. Okay. You have the zebra. Okay. Talk about tapped in. I'm immediately drawn to the little triangle, the like rainbow colored, multicolored triangle in the center of the zebra's face, right at that third eye. So yeah, like I was saying, you guys are super tapped in. Your intuition's off the charts. You are this direct channel. Yeah. This is just showing me how tapped into a higher spiritual realm you really are. You're intuitive to the point that it's almost scary. I think that you either know you're psychic or you have questioned it many times. This could have been something that made you feel like you were different, made you stand out in some way. Another thing that I'm seeing with the zebra is these black and white stripes. They're really representing the way that you've been able to bring the dark and the light aspects of your personality and your life experience together into one cohesive and, I want to say, beautiful thing. I mean, think about how gorgeous this animal is. And it's like taking all of these aspects and experiences that you've had and putting them together into all that is you is something that's unique and beautiful. And it's like, I just feel like your guides are like kind of cheering you on in a way, or encouraging you to recognize this beauty that's inside of you, and to realize that all of these experiences have shaped you, have molded you, have created this, I don't know why I want to say soup. Is it more food references? Are you guys eating? Like, I don't even want to call you soup. That doesn't sound right. But it's like, it's creating this delicious soup, or this beautiful soup. Can soup be beautiful? Sure. Why not? Why not? Let's move away. Let's move away from that. And you guys, you need a snack. I don't know what's up, but I think you need a snack. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you've learned, or you're learning, how to embrace all parts of yourself, and how all of these parts, all these different parts have shaped you. It's almost like this light aspect of you, this light worker part of you. It's like this part of you wouldn't even seem as bright if it weren't for the dark. You wouldn't recognize how bright it is if it weren't for your challenges. Even though sometimes I feel like you guys, honestly, sometimes I feel like you guys have been dealt an unfair hand. But it's cultivated the strength within you today, like, that's unmatched, that couldn't have been created any other way. So yeah, your lessons, your challenges here on earth are directly tied to your spiritual gifts, healing energy all around you. So some of you might actually feel called to energy healing work, and I feel like your psychic awareness too is a main gift that's jumping out. So energy healing and psychic awareness are coming through very strong for you guys. But it could be even more. With this kind of energy, I feel like you're definitely gifted in multiple areas. I feel like there's something really free-spirited about you. You may love to travel, or you want to travel more, and this could be a way that you're meant to use your spiritual gifts through some sort of missionary work, volunteer work. I'm hearing Doctors Without Borders. Okay, I don't know if that's a direct message for some of you. That might be like total confirmation. I feel like for some of you that is total confirmation, and for others of you there's something subtle about that I'm missing. So give me a second. This could be about making like medical care available in different parts of the world. So that's kind of the surface level. But generally this is about spreading healing energy. That healing energy that you have within you, spreading it. Okay, I think I might be figuring this out. I feel like it's almost like this idea of without borders kind of applies to you, because you think outside of the box, and the way that you're able to heal those around you, and even the way you're able to heal yourself, is different, and it's innovative in some way. So this might be that you have looked into like an alternative way of healing, maybe even healing yourself, and then this is something that you can use to help others. Because there's something different about this. There's something it's not basic. You're not basic. Like that's what I'm seeing here. You're not basic. So I feel like anything you do is going to be different and innovative in some way. But it's not the norm. It's not what's expected. So it could be that your spiritual gifts are meant to be used in a way that's not normal, that's not average, that's not expected. And that could even be why it could have been hard for you to like define these gifts at times, because it's just like, it's totally outside the box. It's never been done before. It's never been done like this. That could be what this is about. Yeah, you're able to blend the light with the dark. You might even have the tendency to take two things that seemingly would not go together and put them together. So you might blend two of your passions to create something that's very unique to you, is what I'm hearing. So yes, these are all ways that you're meant to use your spiritual gifts. Let's look at the tarot and see what else we can get. I'm hearing like, okay, here's just kind of a random example. This could be something like, you're passionate about healing. You could be passionate about like medicine or herbal healing or something like that. You're also very artistic, and it's like your paintings, just as an example, it doesn't have to be paintings, but let's say you hang your paintings all throughout your office where people come for some sort of medical healing, but they're also receiving this energetic healing from you because you've blended two of your passions, and they feel comforted and they feel soothed by this artwork, something like that. Like two things that's just like, these have nothing to do with each other, but they do because they are made one by you. And this is how you're meant to use your spiritual gifts. You blend things that shouldn't go together, that wouldn't typically go together, and you create something new, innovative, beautiful, and it provides healing. One way or another, it provides healing. Energetic, physical healing. Okay, let's see. We have the Temperance card 14. I find that interesting for some reason that you have card 14 here and card 15. there might be something about releasing things. I'm thinking of card 15 in the tarot, which is the Devil card. So this can talk about addictions. It can talk about attachments. So there might be like something here about your gifts helping people to release, to let go, to heal in some way. We have the Two of Emotions here, Two of Cups. And that's that connection. Let's see. What's the purpose of number 2's spiritual gifts and abilities? What's the purpose? Okay. The Two of Materials, Two of Pentacles, 2 twos, and Temperance, which is about balance. I'm sensing a theme here. One more card. We have the Muse of Inspiration. This would be the King of Wands in traditional tarot. We'll peek at the bottom of the deck. 10 of Emotions, 10 of Cups energy. What's funny is the picture here in your first oracle card gives me that 10 of Cups feeling. It gives me that like fulfillment and joy. We're talking about you spreading this idea of joy and light and fulfillment out into the world. So I feel like that 10 of Cups, I feel like this is something you kind of, you give people that ultimate fulfillment, that 10 of Cups energy, and you also have cultivated that or working to cultivate that inside yourself. And that's why it spreads out into the world so easily, so effortlessly. This is actually really gorgeous. Let's start here with the Temperance card. So Temperance is about patience. It's about finding balance. Like we were saying, it may have taken you a little while to kind of find your place or to figure out your gifts. And you might still be in a place of discovery when it comes to your spiritual gifts and your abilities. And that's all right too. Temperance reminds us to focus on the long-term vision and kind of remain in a state of moderation. So not needing to rush. Like, there's no need to rush. You're right where you need to be is kind of the message that I'm hearing. If that's been a concern for you, if it's been kind of frustrating, like, what is this for? Why am I seeing this thing, this sign, or why am I feeling this way? This is just about kind of taking it as it comes and remaining balanced. Now, we can transfer that idea of balance over into the next two cards that showed up for you, because you have the Two of Emotions and the Two of Materials. So twos are also about balancing. It is kind of interesting that you have both of these cards come out, because it is showing me taking a balanced approach, but it's also the idea of taking those two things and blending them together, two things that might not typically go together. I'm seeing that message again with the twos, and 2 might just be a significant number for you. Some of you I'm hearing were born on the 2nd, born on the 22nd, or you just see 2s everywhere. This could be confirmation for you. I think with your spiritual gifts, you have the ability to bring people together as well. I'm hearing that with this, especially with the Two of Emotions here. You have the ability to bring people together, to merge ideas together, to sort through. I really feel like to sort through energy in a way that clears and transmutes it, that makes sense of things that were once confusing. You might be great at being like a neutral party or a moderator when it comes to arguments or disputes. A mediator is coming to mind. You might be really good at mediating situations and finding solutions that other people didn't see to solve a problem. That's where that outside of the box thinking comes in. That's where it plays in. And your thoughts and your inspiration that's outside of the box is really a gift from the divine. This is a part of you being so connected. This is part of your spiritual gifting. You are so connected that you can see things in a different way. You can see how to get around problems. You can see how things can fit together when other people would have thought that they don't go together. These are directly channeled messages. Yeah. Yeah, this definitely, I'm trying to feel into that. This definitely ties back into your psychic abilities, because you're able to see how a situation will turn out before it's happened. And you're really, because you're so generous and your kind nature, it kind of helps you to find solutions that will be beneficial for all parties involved. That's where that mediator kind of energy comes in. You might find yourself being a mediator a lot of times with friends, family members. Maybe you find yourself caught in the middle of arguments or disputes a lot. And I think a reason for that is because you're so intuitive, you're so psychic and connected that people want your opinion. They want your they want your energy in the mix, because they know your energy will heal the situation. They know that they will be able to reach an outcome that is beneficial if they involve you in it. So that might be draining or annoying to you, but this is really because of your spiritual gift, the reason people see your value in situations like that. There's so much creative energy here. I just feel like you guys are able to use your gifts in any artistic pursuits, because whether, yeah, whatever art, I was gonna say whether you're doing this or that, but I feel like it doesn't matter. It's just whatever art you might feel called to create, whatever that means. It doesn't have to be that you're painting. It's just whatever your artistic expression is. It's almost like it's been channeled from the divine. It's been inspired what am I trying to say? It's been inspired. That's the word I'm looking for. It's been inspired by a divine force, and you're kind of the perfect channel to be able to interpret and express these messages. In other words, you guys, divinity flows through you. And there's so much you can do with that. So I feel like one of the gifts that you have is to be able to, with this muse of inspiration, it's like divinity is your muse, and the ideas and the concepts that are given to you, they come straight from the divine. And it's like the reason that you are poured into in this way is because you have the ability to express it. So you wouldn't be given these ideas, you wouldn't see this vision, you wouldn't see how to create this particular piece of art or whatever it might be before it has even existed, if you weren't meant to express it. And you are the type of person that is able to express it, to bring it into the physical. So this is another way that you're a direct channel. This is you can channel messages from the divine in an artistic way. It doesn't have to be that you're always communicating, talking, expressing these messages. You can channel something from the divine by painting. It could be through songwriting, so that would be more of a vocal expression, but there are so many ways you can express that. And there's so many reasons why these inspirations come to you, because of your ability to express it. Okay. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm pumped up, because I just feel like you guys are creating so many beautiful things, or you're about to create so many beautiful things, and just the inspiration behind them is exciting. So let's take a look at, I was going to move into, let's do this first. Let's grab your oracle cards. Yeah, I told you I got so excited. I lost my whole train of thought and forgot what we were doing here, but let's grab you some oracle cards and just see what messages we can get in terms of the purpose behind these spiritual gifts. For a lot of you, there is an artistic purpose here. Like, it's coming through so strong. There's something that you're meant to create. We have the Thief card come out. So some of you are meant to rob somebody. No, I'm joking. Let's see. One more card for you. Oh, there we go. We have the Queen card come out. Okay. Let's talk about this. Here's something I'm noticing right off. With the Thief card, the light attribute of this, it actually says sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. So there we go again with this light worker energy. There is something here about the light with you guys. Sheds light. Even the Queen card, look at the Queen card, even this one. It starts with radiates. Radiates a regal, the regal feminine uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So we have all of these, all this like kind of imagery or colorful language to reiterate this idea of light. You are here to spread light. You are most likely a light worker. Most likely everyone who is drawn to this pile is some form of light worker, because these messages are just coming through so strong. So really interesting. I feel like you guys see the light in others. You had to find that light within yourself, and now you're able to bring that out of other people. Yeah, this light energy that you have, the reason it's so important is that you, the reason it's so important that you spread it is because it does actually, sorry you guys, it's coming through as an image, so I'm trying to put words to it. But it's like, there is a form of protection here, and this I think ties into that healing energy. This light that is within you, when you spread it, it actually is sort of a protective force for you and for anyone around you, because it kind of has the ability to transmute dark or negative energies, and this can be really therapeutic to you and to those around you. Just keep that in mind. It's like, if there is something dark or negative, you are really the person that can wipe that out with your light. And that is a main reason that you've been given the abilities that you have. So let's move on and let's look at, we will start with things that will strengthen your spiritual gifts. So let's look at what will strengthen your spiritual gifts. We have the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups in reverse. Might as well let you look at it the right way, huh? And we have the Knight of Swords. Okay. So right off, rest. Rest is revealing itself as something really important. Rest really strengthens your gifts. So this is kind of a good reason to go to bed a little bit earlier, to not exhaust yourself, and to just take the time to rest, to recoup, to recover. It might be that when you are very exhausted or depleted, your psychic abilities are weakened, and being mindful of this, getting enough rest, making sure that you're tuned in and tapped into your gifts, that could be something that's coming up for you. This is also speaking to me about meditation, so you might find that kind of quieting your mind with a meditation practice strengthens your gifts. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, and this is really telling me that when you kind of lean into your interests or your passions, you will grow spiritually. You may even discover more gifts that you had, like, that you haven't known about, that you haven't revealed yet. You might discover that you have more of these gifts as you lean into your passions. Now, we were talking a lot about passion. The zebra is a fire element animal, and this talks to me a lot about passions. We also have the Muse of Inspiration, which is the King of Wands, another card about passion. So this is about your interests. This is about things that you feel very drawn to, that you feel very passionate about. And this is kind of telling me that any kind of pursuit in that direction, going toward what calls to you the most, letting yourself flow towards what's drawing you in, is really going to strengthen your spiritual and your psychic abilities. This is really, with this Four of Cups in reverse, this is really a message of not pursuing things simply because you think you should, or because it's what you're expected to do. If it doesn't interest you, if it doesn't light you up, if you don't get that passionate feeling about it, it's like, don't even pursue it, because that's not going to strengthen your psychic gifts. What's going to strengthen your psychic or your spiritual gifts is leaning into the passion that you feel, and kind of like going after what interests you, what naturally feels like it's calling to you. Yeah. A lot of your reading has centered around passion and inspiration, and that's really because you are someone who's divinely inspired, and not everyone has that kind of connection with the divine. So yeah, this is really telling you to allow yourself to pursue what you naturally gravitate toward, and your gifts will be reinforced and strengthened. With this Knight of Swords, I'm seeing that something that strengthens your gifts is acting fast, taking action on the inspiration that you're receiving. That kind of allows divine inspiration to flow through you more easily when you act on it. For example, if you have an idea to help someone, or if you have inspiration for, a painting or whatever, if this is an artistic thing, the quicker you take action on that, the more that inspiration will flow. And then the next ideas will come, and then the next, and so on. So that's really important for you. You can strengthen these abilities by not sitting on these ideas for too long. I'm hearing don't let it wither on the vine. So not letting something just hang out until it rots, or hang out until it's no longer relevant, or whatever it might be. When you get those intuitive hits, it's to trust it, because you are so intuitive and so tapped in. So if you have that idea like, oh, I think maybe I can help this person by doing this thing, it's like, do that right then. Do it as soon as you can, and then your next inspiration will come, and your ability to be tapped in, your ability to be this channel will be strengthened the more that you listen and act on these little nudges that you're getting, I'll call it. I also want to point out that you got 2 4s. You had 2 4s come out with the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. So the number 4 could be meaningful to you. It could be a sign for you to look out for. We also had 2s as something that might be meaningful for you. 4s represent stability, foundations, balance, the family, and the home. So potentially time spent at home or in a place that feels like home for you or is comforting to you could help you to strengthen your gifts. We were talking about rest being important here, so this could refer to a place where you can rest, a place where you feel comfortable, you can rest, you can regroup, and you can get connected. We did have a lot of swords come out too, so swords are about communication, and this could be something that helps strengthen your gifts and abilities to communicate about them, to communicate about what you're sensing, what you're feeling, and maybe to communicate with others who have similar experiences so that you can learn and grow from them as well. So let's now look at what is potentially a hindrance to these spiritual gifts, what can get in the way of these spiritual gifts. We have the Moon. We have the Wheel of Fortune. This card showed up in the last reading in reverse, and it came in the upright for you. We have the 8 of Swords. More swords. More swords. Communication is key. Okay. What I'm seeing here is that any kind of fear that you have around your gifts, whether this is the gift itself that scares you sometimes, or it could be a fear of not being good enough, or not wanting to be seen in a particular way related to your spiritual gifts, maybe not even trusting the gifts sometimes, not believing that they're real. These are all... It's interesting the way this is coming through, because the way this is showing up to me is actually saying the only things that can hinder your spiritual gifts are things that are illusions, especially like with the Moon and the 8 of Swords. Yeah, going back to the beginning of the reading, I feel like you guys, like I was saying, you guys knew that you had this purpose. You've sensed this, even if you didn't know what it was called or what to do with it. You've sensed this. And I'm just seeing here that there's like literally nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that can stand in the way of your spiritual gifts, except for getting in your own head and letting fears around these gifts and abilities kind of crop up. And it's all an illusion, because you guys, you are good enough. You're perfectly capable. You're more than capable. You might doubt yourself sometimes. The Eight of Swords is really a sign for us to get out of our own way. So the only thing that can stop you is you, really. With the Wheel of Fortune here, there could be kind of a tendency to ignore the signs or to overlook what the universe is guiding you to do when it comes to developing your gifts. So that could be literally something that is stopping you or holding you back. But again, it's more about you getting out of your own way, listening to these signs, following it through, seeing where it leads, seeing what it shows you, and not being in kind of this mental prison of not thinking you're good enough, or not thinking that you're gifted, or not thinking you can handle all of this, because you have the capacity to do that. So any kind of fear or anything that crops up around this, it's all illusion. It's all illusion. And getting out of your own way can also mean being observant, following things through. Like if you're seeing a sign over and over again, looking into it, writing it down so that you can return to that idea and really discover, dig deeper, figure out what's going on there. Alright, let's get some last messages for you. This can be advice or can help us to just more clearly decipher some of the messages that have come through for you already. So there we go, on the floor. Let me grab your card. Oh, it was 2 cards. Okay. 2 cards flew out together. Let's see what we have. We have illumination. You guys, is that not light again? I don't know how many different ways we can talk about light and being a light worker. We've got illumination, we've got sheds light, we've got radiates, we've got all of this stuff about light, and we have opportunity. I feel like your gifts are really lighting the way and creating this opportunity for you, and that's the message that's coming through here. There's just so much information about you guys lighting up, be it lighting up others. We have wonders at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is really beautiful energy. This is a reiteration, but I feel like this opportunity is not only being created within you, but it's also something that you're able to spread and express to others. You're able to create opportunities for others to experience this light, to experience joy, to grow, to form a deeper connection. You're able to do that through this light. You guys are definitely light workers. Like, I don't know if this is the first time that you have been introduced to this idea, or the first time you've even considered the fact that you might be here to spread that light. If this is, please look into that, because we were kind of talking about maybe the tendency to not look into things, to explore, to get that information so that you can grow in that way. So if you have not explored this idea of being a light worker, this is definite confirmation to do that. It will create a lot of opportunity for you. It will open up a lot for you. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you did resonate with these messages, if you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to like it, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.